Hey everyone, it's Patrick from Eleu Health. So we went live and then we disappeared. We didn't put out anything on social media, and you didn't see any blogs lately or any updates. So we've disappeared. But we didn't really. What we did was we went live and then we started to get feedback. And we've got some pilot programs that are running, and those pilot programs we've been getting feedback as well. So we've had to absorb that information, take stock of it. We are a small and young company, so everyone wears multiple hats. And so we've figured out a few things, and that's fantastic. And that leads into a very good time, which is the new year. So the new year means it's new beginnings and it's new opportunities, new challenges. But the important thing is that we're doing it with a certain amount of conviction and resilience that we knew we had, but now we're going to really display that. So what does that mean? Well, some of the feedback that we got was the app runs well, the app is doing what it needs to do, but we need more user engagement. Now, that doesn't come from actually sitting there and just punching vitals into the app. That's not what people are looking for. People are looking for, at least the users that we've spoken to in the surveys that we've done, people are looking for a community. People are looking for education. People are looking for messaging. So we'll leave the diagnosis and the consultations to the doctors. That's what they're trained for, and that's what they do best. And we're not trying to replace our physicians or our medical care teams or our non-medical care teams. But what we are trying to do is empower our users and at the same time empower the physicians and the care team, so that as they see your information, they have more tools at their disposal that they can work with so that they can provide you with better service. So that's part of our job now. And so when we talk about messaging and education, what we're talking about is a lot more activity on social media. So in the coming new year, with the coming resolutions that will be coming out, we will have a lot more podcasts, a lot more webinars, a lot more informationals. They will be topic specific. So some of them will be around, your blood pressure or the importance of taking your heart rate, diet and nutrition. But other things will also be about how to manage and cope with stress. We have, as a young startup company, we've come across a lot of experiences in the last year that, as a banker myself, I thought I'd seen it all, and obviously I did not. And some of those things kind of came to the forefront when we started. And as a startup, we came across a lot of these challenges. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to get a bit more information on the startup journey, on the stress of funding. That is an awesome topic that is so easy to discuss because it's so difficult to go through that process. I was on the other side of the coin, and now that I'm on this side, and I'm knocking on doors, it's a little bit of a head turner for me. So those experiences I want to share with our community. Some of our community are just looking for health and wellness, but some of our community are looking for some guidance and some tips and tricks on the entrepreneurial journey and what it means to be a startup, what it means to go through funding, what it means to have a contract, sign a contract with a new client. The basic things when you work for a company is you go and you get a contract and you provide it to the client. When you're a startup, the first thing you got to do, create the contract. And that is not easy. And as we know, lawyers are not cheap. And we have some of the best lawyers that we're working with, and they give us fantastic breaks, and they're awesome and amazing people. One person in particular, and she knows who she is. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to make a dollar. Everybody has to, go through the process of making sure that their business is thriving. And so that means when you write a contract, you have to pay someone before you even get paid. Now, these experiences are fantastic. And as we've learned and gone through them, we want to share them with you. And some of the feedback we've been getting from our community is we want health and wellness, and we also want to know, how do you manage some of the stresses of being a startup, of being an entrepreneur, of being a founder? One of those things, very, very basic thing, is how to deal with no. We think we have a fantastic product. We've had that validated across the spectrum. But as a young company, as a young entrepreneur myself, and I consider myself to be young at heart at least, people will sometimes not get it. That's not their fault. That's not our fault. Sometimes, two ships pass in the night and they don't cross paths, and that's okay. So what happens when you go through that experience? Do you just pack up and go home? No, you don't. You just keep on going. You just keep on punching. You keep on going through that wall. And sooner or later, someone will come across your path that says, you know what? I get it. I get what you're doing. I know what you're all about. I love the idea. And so that's the process we're going through. And that's some of the messaging that we want to make sure that we highlight. Again, not just health and wellness, not just the entrepreneurial experience, but both, because both of them have got their stresses, their opportunities, and their way to help you out. One of them, if you're healthy, you can work. If you work and you start to get overly stressed or overly down or overly caught up in your work with having no work-life balance, you become unhealthy. So you can't unscramble that egg. And so that's some of the messaging that we'll be doing in the new year. And of course, the other thing that we'll be doing is we'll continue with the educational aspect of it, right? So we'll have doctors, we'll have naturopaths, nutritionists, we'll have different types of professionals come and talk to us about health and wellness, some of the products that are out there that can help. We are a tool. But there are other tools, and we should not forget the fact that Eleu does not replace any and all products and services out there. It is a complement to those products and services. So we're not scared of the competition. We're obviously always keeping an eye out on them. But at the same time, it's important for the users to know what's out there, what complements Eleu, what does Eleu complement as well. There will be things that will not have any affiliations with Eleu, and that's okay. The point is not us. The point is you. The point is that you get better, and we'd like to be on that experience and journey with you. That's our way forward, and that's how we consider we'll be a success. So, long-winded way of saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, have a wonderful, fantastic New Year. We'll see you in the New Year, and to new challenges and new beginnings to us all. Bye, guys.